state of Texas is not particularly known for strawberries. In fact, there's only about 150 acres of strawberries throughout Texas. We do have a lot of small farmers that grow strawberries on 1 or 2 acres, and the most that growers will grow is about 15 acres. In particular, West Texas is just not an area that is known for any strawberry production. In fact, over the past 4 years, we've had very little production. However, as a result of the National Strawberry Sustainability Initiative and the Walmart Foundation, we're able to show growers throughout our part of the state that yes, indeed, we can grow strawberries, particularly in high tunnel structures.
We were invited to be collaborators from Prairie View A&M for the project, Strawberry Project. And because we were organic, beyond organic farmers, and they wanted to do an alternative other than the regular conventional, see if it really worked, and to see how small farmers can use their acreage to make sure that they can do productive work as well as for make streams of income for their farm.
We're here at the beautiful San Antonio Botanical Garden. This is the Children's Vegetable Garden program in the backside of the Botanical Garden here in San Antonio. And we have a part of the Texas Strawberry Project with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. And we're looking at 8 varieties in the trial, both on plastic and traditional regular hay that the home gardener uses on raised beds. So we're evaluating these strawberries to see how they perform.
We have those 8 varieties replicated inside the high tunnel and outside. So we're just trying to see how a high tunnel production system may work here in the lower Rio Grande Valley of Texas.
High tunnels are, I feel, a really necessary part of our program now. We have actually tried growing strawberries in our area outside before without the covering and had almost no success. The winds just kill the plants because they buffet us in the winter and in the spring. And they just basically were tearing our plants up and we weren't getting a good crop. And the tunnels completely, I can close out all the wind, I can protect them, keep them from freezing, get them in the ground a lot earlier so that I'm harvesting at a time when we get very little fruit at our food bank.
Obviously, you know, if we were to go to Lubbock, Texas in the wintertime, we know that it's pretty cold there. So the whole project was really to look at this high tunnel production system across the state. There I could certainly see that there's advantages to protecting their strawberries versus them being outside. Here we were curious to see, you know, what we would see, and we are seeing a slight yield increase in the high tunnels. We are seeing a little bit higher bricks in the high tunnels.
I think we've been happy with it. We haven't lost the plastic, and we've had days that had, 60 miles an hour winds, and it's still here, so we're pretty happy. We did have a tornado go by in July before we got it up, and it probably would have torn it up if we'd had it up then, but it's held up well for what it's gone through, I think.
Right, one of the reasons that we do have high tunnels is because we like to protect our plants from the wind. Here you can actually see one variety that was damaged by the wind because these tunnel doors were open, these side vents were open when a big gust of wind came through. You can see some of the leaves are shredded, some of the stems are broken, and that will just reduce our yields.
With a hoop house and being inside, we've got drip irrigation in it. And I feel like that if you're ever going to raise strawberries, this is the way to do it.
Soil preparation is very important, especially in a high tunnel, because if the plastic remains on top of the high tunnel or covers the high tunnel for the entire season, you don't get any natural rainfall. So you will have to go in and prepare the soil by first flooding the area with water, and then using a tractor or a rototiller to prepare the soil. The best way to prepare a bed is you need to have loose, friable soil. That way, when you come in and make shape the beds, they'll be a lot easier to form.
Strawberries we grow as an annual or 8th-month season, and we start putting transplants out or bare root plants out traditionally in the month of September and October. We overwinter them, so we try to put all the energy in establishing a plant, a very good crown, a good root system. So from planting to about the end of December, we encourage home gardeners to pinch flowers and the first runners and then we start really accelerating them in late winter going into springtime through water and fertility. So we start bringing our first harvest in typically from late March through the first part of May. So traditionally one plant should yield potential of about 1 pint of high quality fruit.
Pretty good success. I had some problems with the strawberries, some fungus, spider mites, very few, but that was basically it. I had some cold weather come through that destroyed a lot of the strawberries.
Interesting things that we've learned from this project is that certain varieties will respond differently to high pH. Here, this variety on the right, we can see symptoms of interveinal chlorosis, where we have, this will most likely interfere with our overall yields, whereas the variety on the left, you don't see that. The leaves are perfectly green, nice and healthy, and it's more tolerant to our higher pH that we have here in this part of West Texas.
Well, we've had some obstacles such as varmints, but overall I think that I'm very pleased with the results and the yields that we're getting both outside and inside the high tunnel.
In order to collaborate with the strawberry project, I'm hoping that we're able to get a very high production rate of a lot of strawberries and a lot of weight and an extended growing period to where I can provide them for at least 4 to 5 months every year.
Well, we're happy with the quality. Now the volume, we think we can do better, and hopefully we can learn and how to increase the volume of our deal. But we're very happy with the taste and the quality of them.
But definitely we could see that the berries in the tunnel did develop a lot earlier than they did in the field. So we were able to harvest through the winter months in the high tunnel and even in the perforated low tunnel versus not being able to harvest quite so many that was not covered or blanketed in the field.
We held approximately 9 field days across the state of Texas during the course of the year, during the course of this project. Each of the field days was held in the south, in the east, and also in North Texas. Overall, our field days were very successful. We had anywhere between 15 and 85 participants. These field days included small acreage growers, as well as those from the industry and consumers as well. Our indications from these field days is that local consumers would prefer locally grown strawberries over those that they purchase in the markets.
And so here we had 2 field days. The one in December was more producer-oriented, where we made educational program.
Texas A&M came and did the pathology lab, came and discussed some plant diseases. We had Thomas Haar from Earthwise Organics came and gave some advice and some insight on organic fertilizers, pesticides, and some of those things. And then Joe Masabny did some educational in the field tips on growing strawberries in general.
And we enjoyed his field day. We went out there the first time, and we saw where he had half hoop, and it was pretty good with that. I'd like to see later on what he did on that particular. I didn't get to go to the second one when he had the field day and the open market, because we were at Prairie View doing another market. And we went to their field day to see how their strawberries were working in their field. Yeah.
But we're encompassing more of the urban, homeowner, and youth aspect of it. If we can increase families to grow more vegetables and fruit at home, particularly with the strawberry project, that's all benefits, because it all adds on to the ability of consuming more fresh fruits and vegetables, and on all the benefits that gardening has in bringing the family together. So it's all good and positive. So I would say that would be a part of what we're contributing as well.
The difference between store-bought and our strawberries, the strawberries we grow have more sweeter flavor, juicier, and I think we just enjoy them a whole lot more than the store-bought strawberries.
Now, high tunnels are framed. They're similar to greenhouse. They are frames that cover soils, and we are able to protect our plants from the wind damaging hail, and also extend the season. So what we have learned as a result of this project is that we can grow great tasting strawberries even in Texas.